Okay, it's first stage, you have to boil it up. Okay, this is just kneading the dumpling that you will see. It's the preparation. After I've done this bit and everything all comes together, there'll be a few more steps which you'll see along the way. Hold tight. Alright, so now we're done with the fork. We'll move over to that hands. Obviously I'm not a true expert at this kneading game, but I know it needs to be done. You get that? But still. Anyway, let me do this. When the dough is ready, I'll come back and then I'll show you how it's supposed to look. Okay, so while I'm kneading away, you can see that the fish is there boiling nicely, curling over, it's doing its thing. We'll come back to that and I'll show you the rest of the kneading. Okay, so I'm just going to make it long and then I'm going to leave it to rest for a little while. So I know those of you out there with dirty minds, just behave yourself. It's flour. So I'm just going to throw out some of this hot water, and all we're going to do is get rid of this. So that was the first boil. Now that's gone out of there. Alright, so then you can see in there, that's how it looks. What we're going to do now is going to drain a little bit more of that. Alright, and then we're going to re-top it up with some cold water. So that's boil number one. Okay. Okay, so just return this back to the stove. And then we're going to let it re-boil again. And I'll show you what we're going to do with it next. Okay, so we're going to prepare the dumplings. I'm using a little olive oil here. Other oils are available. You can see I've done a little one here at the moment, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. In fact, let me show you what I'm going to do. Alright, it's just simple. Just take a little piece off, normal size. Roll it in the palm of my hands. Yes, I did wash my hands as well. Just in case anyone wants to question that, I can show you the carrots I have over there. Alright, so, and then, yeah. So what I'm going to do is a couple more of these and then we'll return. So now the oil is ready, the dumplings are prepared, as you can see. So I'm going to just take this first one and just put it in. So basically I'm going to put them all in until the pot is full. Okay. Be careful, you don't want to get them touching, so make sure that you leave plenty of room. That was a bit of a big one, so that might take a little longer than the others to cook. I should maybe cut that one in half, but it's too late now anyway. Okay, so I probably can't get any more in, so I'm going to leave it as that. That's going to cook on one side, and then when it's ready, I'm going to flip them over. So we'll come back to that unless you want to watch it brown. I don't, so I don't have any battery left in my phone, so I'm going to have to cut now. Ready, what I'm going to do is just take them out. So because I'm using a minimal amount of oil to keep it nice and healthy, I'm actually going to tuck it into the oven in a little while so it can cook on the inside in its own little time. So I've still got the rest of the batches to do. Once I've done those and it's going to go into the oven, then I will come back to you so you can see the finished product. Right, so I'm just going to rinse this off. It's got all those little bits on it. So just pour out the original water, cold water. Just give it, you know, a little movement so it can release the bits that you don't really want in there. Remember, it's a rinse, not a dry, just a rinse. Okay, be careful, you don't want to throw any of the good fish down the drain. Alright, okay, so then now we've rinsed it, strained it and drained it, we will then just leave it at the side, and then that will just rest for a little while and then we'll go to the cooking, the final cooking. Okay, alright, these are now ready. So we're going to take them out, put them onto the tray, and then we're going to go into the oven with this. As I said, it's just to cook the insides at the moment in the frying pan. I've just browned it, given it a little colour, and then the oven will take care of the internals. Okay, so a couple more. Okay, so, whoops, sorry, just lost my fork. Okay, so this tray is a bit hot, my little tea towel here. And then we're going to go into the oven. I'm just going to set the timer. So go here. I think we want 10 minutes and start. We'll be back. Okay, so I'm not into wastage. So what we're going to do, we're going to use some of this oil to do the fish. So I'm just going to pour a little bit in. Okay. Yeah, I don't need too much, just a little bit. And for those who don't know, it's called a Dutch pot. Every back home has one. Oops, I just got a little bit of oil. These are shallots. You can use onions. It's more customary to use proper big onions, but I like the smaller ones. So what I'm going to do, I'm not no like master chef out here, so I'm just going to cut it up my way. Alright, so I'm going to cut it, peel it, I'm going to give it a little rinsing. So when I say cutting, I just take off the top bit first, or should I say the skin, the outer layer, to get rid of this. I suggest you watch the YouTube videos on how to peel an onion and not me. I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about how the food tastes, not how we get there, right? Some people say it's about the journey. It's all about the destination. Alright, wait there. Okay. Alright, so as it's going to take me a little time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to peel this, and I'm going to come back to you once it's peeled, and then I'm on the cutting process. Right, so onions are peeled, washed. I'm just going to give it a slice. Whoops, that one came out. Don't worry about that. As you can see, I'm a master chef with a knife now. Right, so then just going for a nice little crosshatch. Watch your hands. Disclaimer, if you do cut your fingers in this process, then that's your business, not mine. Okay, so then that's one set. I'm just going to repeat the process, slice, slice, slice. Alright, so then if you can see, do it here, and we'll go down here, get these nice little grooves, nice and deep. In there like that. Okay, and then once I get in a pot, they'll all just release on their own. Alright, so then for this last one, I'll do that there. Now, I haven't put the fire on, so I'm going to have to heat the oil onto the pot. And then when I'm going to throw the shallots in, or onions, then I'll come back to you guys. Right, as you can see, the timer is up on the old dumplings, so I'm just going to turn the oven off and then just have a quick look. Wait, then just end the timer. Okay, so okay. I'm making a bit of a meal out of this. The timer's still going. Okay. So here you have a nice fresh tray of dumplings. But for now, I'm just going to put them in the oven just to keep them out of the way while I'm preparing other foods. So now the oil is kind of hot, so we're just going to do a little tester. Yeah, as long as you get the bubbles coming from the onions, it means it's nice. So we're going to shove these in. As you can see, I'm now just breaking it up. As we stir it around, the pieces will get smaller. Again, cutting the onion is a preference, but I think it's better this way because it just mixes in nice. You can mix in the blend. Alright, and then just break that up, and then once all the onions in, you'll see that I will move on to the fish. Okay, it's important to note it's saltfish. You can't just go to, well, you can pick up out of Tesco's, but you can't just pick up a cod and try and do this. I don't think it will work like that. So that's the last of the onions in there. Alright, so then now, as you can see with the fish, just going to break it up and just put it in with the onions. It's one of them ones where it's a kind of a race against time. You know, you don't want it just to be burning underneath, and you need to give it a little stir. So I'm just going to give it a quick stir now. Alright, so as you can see, that's just to ensure that the onions don't caramelise too much. If your onions do caramelise too much, then that's called burning. Alright, so run that now, and again, so quickly with the fish. It's just a race against time. At this point, you don't need to finesse it. You just want to get it in, get it broken up. You don't want big chunks. That's the most important thing. Alright. So then the fish is going in there, as you can see. And I will just stop and give it another quick stir, just to make sure. Look at that, see? Can you smell them aromas? You probably can't, but I can, and trust me, it's good. Alright, so give that a quick mix, a little bang at the side, and then I've still got some more fish in here that I need to just quickly just break up, get in there. Careful not to burn yourself. Alright. And we are almost at the bottom. Again, the fish is kind of expensive, so make sure you get every bit out of the pot. And it's tasty too. Alright, so that's the fish there. When you're cooking, always try to employ clean as you go. Alright. Okay, so I'm just going to mix this in. Just going to leave it to simmer for a couple of minutes. Let those juices really flow. Let it mix in with the onions. And then when it's done all of that, we'll come back and I'll show you the rest of the ingredients we're going to add. Okay, so here's my selection of herbs. So I'm just going to basically put a little bit of everything in. I've got some Moroccan seasoning here. You know, just shove it in. It's all about precision. I don't want to put too much of anything in, but you don't want to put too little. So you just put a little bit in. Oops, give it a little stir. This one's a seasonal. This is more of a generic selection of seasoning. This is something you can use with fish, meats, or your chickens, your lambs, your beef. You know, it's seasonal, and that's what it's all about. Little personal favourite of mine is the spiced paprika. Yeah, so I put that in. You might give it a little bit of a colour in. So you may see that it's different from some others that you may have seen and tasted. Okay, so the aroma, it's all there. That spicy paprika just hit me straight away. Alright, so then now I've got some dry thyme. I'm just going to put a little sprinkle of thyme in there as well. Just to give it that freshness, you know, with the fish. It goes down really well. And then you give it a little stir. Okay. Right, and what I'm going to do, I'm just going to turn this down just slightly because it's just sticking a little bit too much. Okay, there we go, perfect. Alright, and then now I've got some chopped tin tomatoes. I've already peeled a can off. I'm sure I don't need to prove I can peel a can. So I'm just going to put that in there as well. Alright. I only need about half a can, so you don't need to go too wild. I'll put the rest into the refrigerator. So then now we're just going to mix this in, and as you see the tomatoes have just cooled everything down again. So now we're just going to leave that for another couple of minutes, let that simmer before we add our final ingredients. Okay, so here we are. The second ingredient to Ackee Saltfish is the ackee. It's a bit like a Quentin Tarantino where you start it backwards and then you end with what starts at the beginning. Yeah, you don't say saltfish and ackee, no, I'm saying Ackee Saltfish. But anyway, so I'm going to break into this tin. On this occasion I will just show you me breaking into the tin. Not as proof, but it's all part of the process and the steps next. So I haven't taken it off all the way because I'm going to want to drain out this juices that's in there to start with. Okay. And I'm not sure if you heard, but the kettle has just finished boiling, so I'm going to get rid of all this excess juice out of here. Okay, and then I'm going to just remove this lid. I'm going to put this back in a little bowl like that. Okay, level it all out, and I'm just going to take the boiling water and just pour it over. How much do you need? You just need just enough to cover the ackee. Why do we do that? To stop it going all soggy and mushy. Okay, so we'll leave that just for a little while. That will just almost warm up, slightly cook. When it's right, we'll then mix it in. We'll come back. Right, so it's probably been about 2, maybe 3 minutes now. Ackee should have hardened up nicely. So what we're going to do is just going to strain off this excess water. Just going to get a lid. Just give me 1 moment. Alright, so I don't want to lose the ackee, you see, so here we go. Alright, so that's the excess water, you don't need that. So just strain it off, put that in the sink. What we're going to do, we will now, maybe I should have, yeah, use a tea towel, the lid's hot. Okay, so now I'm just going to put the ackee in with the saltfish. This is called the marriage of ackee and saltfish. Okay, and then spread that in. Okay. I have added some extra flavourings, but for the purpose of this video going viral, I couldn't show you because they're family secrets, I'm afraid. So you'll have to make up your own or try and guess the flavours in there as you taste them. Those of you who don't get to taste it, you can only imagine. So just going to put a slice of butter in here. Okay. So, oops, that one dropped. So when I said a slice, all I did is went across, took a bit out, put that in there. So leave that in there, and then I'm going to give it just a gentle stir, just to get that mixed up just a little bit. Okay. Alright, make sure the butter gets mixed in, the ackee gets mixed in. And stir it gently, otherwise you break up all the ackee and then you do get mush. Alright, so I've just left that like that now. As you can see, it's on the low fire. I'm going to leave that for another few minutes and then we'll come back. Right, so that's been, let's say, sitting there for about 5 minutes-ish. So we just take the lid off and give it a little stir. Now look at that. So you've got some nice flavours, some nice aromas and some nice juices. So that now is all done. So I'm just going to turn the heat off of that. And then we'll just get a little plate out. And just for the purpose of this exercise, I'm just going to have just a sample portion. Okay, and then I'll just go into the oven, and then we'll just pop a Johnny cake or two with that. Okay, and there you have an authentic, made by Gavin, ackee, saltfish and dumpling. If you liked the video, please subscribe to my YouTube page. I don't actually have one, but when I do, please watch the video again and subscribe. Thank you.